Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing? And I love Mother Wendy. I am up on this good early Saturday morning, as Miss Wanda would say, to give you all a little recap of Miss Wanda, her live. I watched the whole thing. Ugh. I did. I watched the whole thing. And let me start off by saying condolences to both families. When Mr. Moore came out, well, he didn't come out. I mean, I think he's a quiet, humble person. And I think that Wanda has a tendency to speak for him. Sometimes, I really do believe, sometimes wanted and sometimes unwanted. But Wanda does what Wanda wants to do. And the thing about it is, I really think that she thinks that she's protecting her brother. When Mr. Dawson came out and said Moors, I was hoping he didn't mean across the board. Okay? I think what happened to this family is very tragic. Because Keke, I'm sorry, how did I say Nene? Keke was really the glue that should have brought these families together, which y'all don't even know that. Because I see this, I explained this to my sister the other day. She was watching one of my videos and she was like, what is going on that show you like to watch? I was like, Love and Marriage, Huntsville. She's like, yeah, I was looking at one of your videos and I'm lost. I said, well, one of the cast members passed away. And I think she was like it was a Romeo and Juliet situation where the two people survived. And yes, even Marceau said that the Moors were from the other side of the tracks. But what I do believe is a whole lot of love was in the Moore household. I'm not going to take that away from them. But then you had one rogue child, right? It appears that rogue child was Wanda. Okay? Now, Wanda drags Constance. Wanda drags Constance constantly. What you have to understand is a lot of times when you have these Romeo and Juliet type of situations, even though Romeo and Juliet didn't have a child, I told my sister it's like a Romeo and Juliet situation, you have a child. Okay? So we're going to call them the Montagues and the Capulets. Okay? So, over here, you have the Dawsons. Over there, you have the Moores. And it appears to me that throughout it all, in Bessemer, Alabama, in that small town, these two children, because they were indeed children at the time, both of them were children, got together and they made a baby. That baby was Keke. It probably was indeed a lot of controversy behind them making this baby, because for the simple fact that this man, my understanding, was a preacher, Mr. Moore. So he knew that his daughter had to carry this baby to term because of his religious belief. And he knew that this young man or child as well from across the tracks on the other side had gotten his daughter pregnant. Yes, I believe that throughout the years he blamed Mr. Moore for impregnating his teenage daughter. This is what I don't get about Wanda. Because as a teenage mother herself, I would hope that her mom wasn't too happy with the man who had gotten her pregnant or the young man who had gotten her pregnant either. You're not going to be happy. And I think Wanda don't get that. I don't think that clicks because I'm thinking, what parent wouldn't be upset with a young man that has gotten your child pregnant? So I would think that at some point, her parents, I'm speaking about Wanda, treated Letitia's father some kind of way at some point. You think, I have two girls. And if they get pregnant 13, 14, 15, 16 by some little jackass, you think I'm not going to be on his ass? Period. As Miss Wanda would say. So this is what I don't understand about her. You have to give some grace to the Moores because this young man, child himself, like I said, got their daughter pregnant. But Wanda doesn't see it that way. She has straight tunnel vision. While I absolutely, because I heard KEKE'S story, and want to play her story. I know that at some point, KEKE was determined to get to know her father, at 13. Because I do believe that they wanted to protect, and they thought they were doing the right thing, but this is where the disconnect comes in. I think they thought they were doing the right thing by keeping them apart, Mr. Moore and Miss Constance. Fast forward to teenagehood, I'm proud of KEKE. I thought that it was a wonderful thing that she was like, y'all are not going to stop me. She did a little tip, 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 and run away and got over there with those Moors. And she met Letitia. And I believe, again, that she and Letitia were very close. I do believe that. Want to mention it. In many ways, I can tell that Wanda is grieving. However, Wanda does not know how to pull it back. She don't know how, and that may not be in her, because I don't know how to pull it back. Once I get mad, I'm mad. But I think that she has held on to resentment towards the Moors. I think she resents them because there's a little bit of jealousy there because they grew up in a nice home. And Constance was probably like the golden child in the family prior to her getting pregnant. And I just don't agree with Wanda having a platform and speaking on that lady like that because she was a child herself. She was only doing what her parents told her to do. Excuse me. I'm sure they told her to stay away from Mr. Moore. I don't think, like I said, I don't think that I would be cool with someone getting my children pregnant either. But at the same time, this is where I disagree with Mr. Moore. This is where I disagree with Mr. Dawson. Why do that? Why keep the child away from the father when they both, I don't think it was a gate situation, okay? Well, they both had mutual contact. Maybe you keep away from Wanda, but there was no reason to keep Kiki away from her father. And I don't see any reason for Wanda to be in the middle of this. So tough. Like I said, I believe Mr. Moore is a humble man, and Mr. Dawson, she dragged him. She dragged him in a way. She's like, I don't know you. I've never seen you. You just like go get it. Ooh, y'all go get it. You know, you is a mean man. And see, to say these things to Kiki coming up, she loved her grandfather. I think like I said, I believe Kiki was always in the middle. I think she loved all of them. She loved her parents, both of them. And here is your aunt on TV dragging your mother, who you have known your whole life, had you at 15, 16, and you basically in the same home, being raised together. There's a bond that's there. But Wanda said that Kiki's mother did not like her. That was awful. That was a very awful thing to say. How do you know that? Just because a mother and a child have conflict, that doesn't mean they don't like each other. Me and my mama stayed into it. I think about her every day. I miss her every day. She will always be a part of my heart and my soul. So, you telling me that Miss Constance don't miss her daughter? Don't love her daughter? There she drags the YouTuber. Now, mind you, she didn't drag Funky. Because I believe, and I will always believe, that she fed Funky that information. Like I said, I don't think she thought he was going to take it that far. I don't feel no ways tired about Kiki. But saying the dark side kicked you to the curb when they brought you on the show. He was talking about Melody. Why would he care about the dark side when he said he was going to drop the whole thing? No. Marceau and his Mr. Top Royalty fed that information to him, and Wanda approved it. She was cool with it. In my opinion. Alleged. Everything is alleged in my opinion. I'm not going to take that away. I believe 100% in my soul that that's exactly what happened. And they could say that it didn't all they want to. I could tell by the way Funky has a tail, okay? And a tail, but I mean, he don't got a good poker face. Great entertainment for YouTube, but don't have a good poker face. And I could tell by the words and the way the words were stated that this. Why would he talk about Mr. Dawson? Mr. Dawson felt like he was protecting his family. And then she did bring up, she said one thing about Funky. Well, y'all out here worried about Funky. What about all ye people who said they were going to come to her funeral and did not come? Get that money to my little nephew. Here go his cat out. Right? And I didn't really see it because she had it up on the phone. But I do plan on sending them something myself. Now, she says that, we couldn't love Kiki because we didn't know her. Saying that Prosperity Girl only knew her through the phone. But that doesn't mean, behind the screen, that doesn't mean she didn't love her. Not one bit. Like I said, the minute I saw Keke in that interview with Scotty Biden. Now, I didn't care for her very much when she confronted Kim. I did. But when I saw her in that interview with Scotty by Nature, the first interview that she had, I was like, oh, I'm vibing with her. Now, mind you, when she said she was a Scorpio, things became even clearer. She talked about how people didn't like her because she talked too much. I was like, hey, I'm vibing with this person. And that's the thing that Wanda doesn't understand. You can vibe with somebody, getting to know them through the screen if you feel a connection to their personality. That's human nature. I'm one of those people. You can't tell me anything wrong as far as Keke goes. Because everybody, she wasn't an angel, she wasn't perfect, this, that, and the third, and the fourth. No, she wasn't perfect. No, she wasn't an angel. But I do feel 100% that Miss Wanda treated her wrong. I do. You're not going to sit up here and even though we are related and just drag my mom. You can't do it. I'm not going to let you do it. And because of my aunts, on my dad's side, it was only 2 of them. And my mama made the 3rd sister. They were cool with her. But baby, when they would get into it, there was nothing in my mind that could make me side with my aunts. Period. Okay? That's just what it was. And like I said, I think Keke always felt like she was being pulled in both directions. Sad. She couldn't even, Miss Wanda couldn't even in depth keep her mouth off of Constance. That's still your, as you say, your little nieces and your little nephews. That's still their grandmother. Just saying. And she talked about how close they were, how close Tisha and Keke were. They got pregnant at the same time. Almost as if they planned it. The children no more than 6 months apart. Sweet. That was nice. And like I said, I do believe Letitia loved Keke. But there was a certain amount of saboteur going on between them. You cannot deny that. Especially knowing that Keke was invited on the show first. By Melody. From the beginning. So what is all this vitriol towards Melody? Melody, when she introduced the show, she and Keke were cool. And when I say saboteur, who was in the middle of this telling all their business? Marceau. Marceau. And this is the vibe that I get from Marceau. Marceau is a dirty individual. And you talking about somebody that will cut your neck off despite your face to get ahead. That round mouth, no teeth joker right there. And that's what I mean by when Mr. Moore called him a sorry ass, I was like, yep. Precisely. That one right there. A lot of Keke and Letitia's problem was him. The man does not want Letitia out from under his thumb. Yes, that's her husband. But that's a slow down dirty snake right there. If you want to look at a snake and you talking about Letitia's grandfather, KeKe'S grandfather, look in the mirror at your son-in-law. Look at him and that missing top royalty. There's a lot of anger and dirt and deception behind that. And don't forget misogyny. Said what I said. I didn't like him before, and after this, I like him even less. Then she went on to talk about the show. She talked about how everybody from the show came, even the new people. The muscle-bound man and his girlfriend and her muscles came. But no person that was her so-called friend. I'm not making excuses for Mel in this situation. I don't know. I don't know what Mel's circumstances were. My understanding is that she gave from behind the scenes and did a private viewing. A lot of her millimeter content creators are saying that she gave from behind the scenes and, like I said, did a private viewing. I don't have any idea. She hasn't said anything. She didn't say anything about it, and I don't know if Miss Wanda even said if Carlos came to the funeral. All I know is she said the whole cast. Good for them. Good for them. My mother was the type of person who, no matter what kind of funeral it was, she acted like it was family. Especially with her family. So, my uncle, her baby brother, came up with the conclusion that we couldn't take Laura nowhere. Not the funerals or weddings. Because she would show her behind. Just crying. Falling out. So, when they buried him, because he passed before her, we all agreed as a family that she shouldn't come. How do we know that Melody is not that type of person? You don't think at some point she felt some kind of way by dismissing her from the show? She probably hated to do that. But she had to think about her family and her children as well. I don't agree with it. I don't at all. Because she made a mistake, and like I said in all my recaps, Keke wasn't the only one leaking stuff to blogs. And that includes Melody. Yes, I said what I said. They have all leaked things to the blogs. Stop. So, with that said, it does appear, and maybe to her family, that, especially Miss Wanda, because they had been saying it all the time, that she was used to come against Letitia. That's what Funky said. That I don't agree with. Period. Keke wanted to be on the show herself. Didn't have anything to do with Mel. She had a desire to be on the show. She had a desire to be in front of people. Just like I have a desire to, when I was growing up, to be a talk show host. I had a desire to be like Oprah. That was it. When people used to call me radio and pick at me about me talking all the time, I said to myself, I was like, hey, that must be what Oprah does. That must be what Oprah did. Now I messed around and went to college instead of majoring initially in mass communications. I majored in psychology. And the reason why I majored in psychology is because I wanted to help people. So my need to help people outweighed my need to be in mass comm. And then I thought about me going out in the elements reporting. I was like, That's not for me. I can't report it no doggone tornadoes and hurricanes. I'm too afraid of bad weather. So my need to help people outweighed that. That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that I felt KEKE'S desires on that. And those were her desires. You can't put that on Melody. You can't. I don't think she was used and discarded. I said it appeared that way. But I don't think that way. It just appeared that way. And Miss Wanda was able to eat at it. Now, then she said the same thing Funky said. That's why I knew he was fed. My daughter, the teacher, she said Keke was not ready. She was not ready. And I know she was not ready. But she was slipped through the back door by her friend. She had been saying all along Keke was not ready. Okay. Some people could say Tisha was not ready. Because Tisha was locked down in the basement with her husband that didn't even want her to see the light of day. Now, that may have not been like that in real life. But on that show, season number 1, it looked like to me that he had her on lock and key. She almost needed to have shackles removed off her feet. Take them shackles off her feet. Take them shackles off her feet. They won't let her dance. It just really appeared like that. I did not like his moves from day one. Wouldn't even let the lady go get her work outside the home. You can't let a woman not work outside the home. You're not obeying our agreement. You're not obeying our agreement because he want to get out there and do what the F he want to do. Like I said, that's a misogynistic pig. The lowest of the low. Snake, lizard, everything crawling. That right there, a demon walking. He's no better than Motel Hotel to me. Period. And a lot of people say a Motel Hotel passed, well, we only have good things to say about him. I keep saying the one good thing I said about him, that he can hang a suit. Same thing with Marcel. I would have pity for his wife and family because they lost a sorry excuse for a father and a husband. But that's about it. I said I don't like it, and I won't like him if he pays. Motel, Hotel, almost so. They the same people. Only one knows how to just talk his way out of a paper bag with all that word salad. But he don't fool me with the word salad because he don't make no damn sense. And I'm smart enough to weave through the fact that he ain't making sense. Letitia, on the other hand, not so much. We can go outside right now. The sky is beautiful and it is blue. But if Marceau told Letitia that it was brown and orange, that's what it'll be. So, and just maybe, Keke was that type of person to be like, girl, you need to stop doing what that man say. He ain't your daddy. Anyway, let's end here, no there. I'm going to close, but I will say this to Miss Wanda and the Moore family. You do have my condolences. I do see that, and when I saw Letitia on that picture with Millie Chana, I could tell that she is indeed hurting. But I know that there are some regrets there. Miss Wanda, I don't know that you have any regrets at all. Period. As you say. Or should I say, period, as you say. But it's just simply not fair to drag Melody into this when And I know that people are going to do it. When Melody just honored Keke wishes, something that your own daughter did not do. Wanda did say that she and Keke had a talk, and she was ready to put all the shit to the side. And she came and got her little niece, and she took her little niece out, and they stayed out for a couple of hours, and she talked about the obituary, and how that they tried to kick Tisha out the obituary, and she was in the obituary because we love to take pictures. I don't know how Tisha got in the obituary. I don't know if the Moores or the Dawsons did the obituary. Maybe they came together to do the obituary. But you still get no cool points for me for taking her daughter out. I mean, that's what you should do as an aunt, especially now. But I'm glad you all, if that's how you did it, I'm glad you came to some type of resolution. But that does not change the fact at all that you were very, 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 very harsh to her. And so was your daughter. And I think you're guilty. I think guilt is eating you up. And I told you that in your comments. If you can come on here and make statements, I can come over here and tell you about your comments. But also, she showed pictures of, she showed the obituary, and then she showed the obituary of her sister. And again, let me say, I do think that Miss Wanda is indeed hurting. I'm not taking that from her. I believe it. And then when you have conflict with your family, I don't care what anybody says. When you have conflict, you do have some moniker of guilt. Otherwise, you're not human, in my opinion. I said what I said. I'm going to close there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you will be notified when I upload a video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know. Drop down in the comments and let me know what do you think about my videos and how I can make my channel better. Again, positive vibes to Keke and her family, especially her children and her husband. And when I say family, I mean everybody. Okay? And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.